Good evening, I'm Courtney Woodworth and you're watching SmarTrend News. Today is Thursday, February 9th, 2012, and this is your market close wrap-up. The major U.S. equity indices closed higher Thursday on positive economic news and a huge settlement deal with big banks. U.S. states have finally reached a deal with the nation's biggest mortgage lenders over foreclosure abuses that occurred back in 2008. The $25 billion settlement would reduce loans for nearly 1 million households and would send checks of $2,000 to about 750,000 Americans who were improperly foreclosed upon. The 5 major banks involved in the settlement include Bank of America, JPMorgan Chase, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, and Ally Financial. The number of Americans filing first-time jobless claims dropped by 15,000 last week to 358,000, down from 373,000 the week prior, and are at an all-time low since March of 2008. The news has given many cause to express optimism over an improving labor market, especially when compiled with January's unemployment rate dipping to 8.3%. And in corporate news, PepsiCo reported its fourth quarter earnings today and beat estimates, as well as announcing it will cut 8,700 jobs, or 3% of its entire workforce. The company also said it plans to pour $500 to $600 million into brands this year and will have higher dividends and share repurchases in 2012. Taking a look at where the markets closed today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed 0.5% higher at 12,890. The S&P 500 closed just over 0.1% higher at 1,351. And the NASDAQ Composite closed nearly 0.5% higher at 2,927. This has been your market close wrap-up for Thursday, February 9th. I'm Courtney Woodworth. For more financial news and updates, keep it right here to SmarTrend News.